Have you ever seen PowerPoint integrated with the Webex DeskPro? Well, here it is. You're looking at a PowerPoint slide right now. And I can not only appear on the screen where you saw me before I can also appear within a specific area. For example, on the screen of this Webex Desk Mini. Let's change it. So, next slide. I placed myself inside the Disk Mini that sits in the middle. Isn't that awesome? How does that work? So, what I did in PowerPoint is I placed a square that sits right there, and I gave it a specific name. And with this integration, the PowerPoint presentation talks to my Webex DeskPro, and it tells me where to put my video. Awesome, right? I can sit at my desk at home. The weird thing in this scenario is that my feet and legs appear to be gone. But sometimes, if there's no space in the office, I go sit in the middle room. Nice, eh? And this is where you can see more or less what happens. This is a square that I gave a specific name, right? That's why my video appears. I pasted a background image on the PowerPoint slide, and I made this square slightly transparent. So this is where basically my video goes inside that square. And just like that, I can sit in the kitchen, or I can appear inside a Webex meeting on a slide. But it also helps you to put focus on specific items, like the great Webex Assistant, or the face recognition capabilities, and of course, the high fidelity audio. Nice, right? So here's the different scenarios that you can use. First, normal. So now my cutout is being displayed in the area that I have defined. I can also give this square a slightly different name, which is video square underscore 30. And now I get my image 30% transparent. I can also call it video square underscore pip. So now the real image, so this is the real image, this is not a virtual background, appears inside the square. I can also reverse that, right? If I call it a video square flip pip, then it flips it. So it puts the slide inside the square that I have defined. Well, that's weird, right? It puts the slide inside the square that I have defined, and my real background appears in the background. And there's also a camera only square, which basically allows me to switch between PowerPoint slide and myself without really switching, because the next slide puts me on a chair in the White House. Isn't that awesome? So thanks for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if you liked it.